Okay, it is me. What is up, App Nation? It is Steve P. Young, founder of appmasters.com. Welcome to this very special, lovely Valentine's Day live stream where we're going to answer all your questions, and I'm going to share some strategies that I absolutely love and I will always love forever and ever and ever. So if you are in the comments, let me know where you're coming from and where you're where you're watching. Kevin, what's up, dude? Mark, good to see you. I have a new name. Marwan, good to see you. Yeah, throw some comments up. Let's go. Come on, people. All right. If you got questions as well, let me know, because I'm here to really just support you and answer any of the questions you have. Now I have to tweet this because I have no freaking verification on Twitter. So I have to tweet this going live right now. Dude. Okay, that's probably a bad tweet. But all right. Abdullah from Pakistan. Salanto. That's Antonio, if I remember correctly. Let's go. Miguel, good to hear you. Oh, Netherlands. I didn't know that. All right. Himanchi. Oh, Himanchi. Okay, this is not the same one. Okay. You guys are screwing me up. Alexander is here too. I'll say, what's up, Alex? All right. So I've got some questions that the audience sent me, and I've got some campaigns that I want to get through with you guys too, and sort of highlight some of the things that we've been working on our end and some of the changes we've been having. But I'm going to start off with our newsletter, folks. All right, here we go. Isanchu has prepared all this stuff for me. Let me bring up this. Here it is. Here's the first question. Let's pull it up. Hey, Steve, thank you for hosting these insightful streams. I really appreciate the opportunity to ask questions. Well, you're welcome, Ollie. Here's my first question. What are the chances of a new block puzzle game competing with Block Dooku, which is currently ranked 29 to 55 in the iOS board game categories? What strategies would you recommend to stand out in such a competitive space? Ollie, it's a great question. Look, I've been playing this game called Block Blast a lot on my literally as a family, and with games, it's going to come to UA. So paid acquisition. You're going to have to really figure out like the retention model. So there's a couple of things I'll highlight. I interviewed the Crossy Road co-founder, the creator of Crossy Road, Matthew Hall, right when Crossy Road came out. It's in our greatest hits. If you guys are following the podcast, you'll find we're republishing our greatest hits from some of the top app creators, including Shazam and Matthew Hall from Crossy Road. But anyways, I asked him, I was like, hey, well, how did you think about the monetization strategy? And he's like, early on, all I thought was retention. Because unlike subscription apps where I always promote, go make that money, right? Like, go make that money. With games, you're going to have to really pay attention to retention, and that's going to drive monetization. Whereas I feel like with subscription apps and non-games, revenue drives retention. Games, retention drives revenue. Ollie, you do need to run ads. These type of games will rely on ads for growth and downloads because ASO is just not a factor. Can you compete? Absolutely. I've got friends in the space. Everything is possible. You just have to find your right way to do it, right? Cal AI, he found his way. You just have to find the right way. What I also know is we used to work with this really big game developer, and what they would do is they'd be soft launch for 2 or 3 months. I mean, literally like 6 months in other countries. And it wasn't until they knew the LTV of the user, the CAC, how much installs can you get for it, the level progression, did they launch worldwide. So they already knew the numbers. And a lot of these bigger game companies, they'll throw away a lot of apps too. Whereas indies were like, oh, gotta make this work. I love it so much. I gotta make it work. No, like if it doesn't work, throw it away. Try a new one, right? Don't forget Angry Birds, which I think we already posted that episode. That was a 51st app that they were working on to find success. So really be in soft launch, really know your numbers. And if you have a framework of a type of game style that works, you're going to need UA to push it. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next question. Ryan says, all right, I got some questions. If you guys got questions, let me know in the comments. Cool. Rudy, what was your question, Rudy? Evening, folks. Was my question answered already? I don't know, Rudy. As you can see, there's a love fest. There's this red theme everywhere. I'm surrounded by a sea of red. All right, Ryan says, do you have any insights from founders who have used AppAdvice for Indie App Standard to get downloads? Do these users quickly churn or do they retain? Ryan, Get the fudge out of here. Of course they retain. Why do you think I talk about this? Why would I lead you down the wrong path? Come on, get out of here. Yes, they work. They retain. They stay. This is the growth hack. The AppAdvice is a growth hack that we use. We get a lifetime offer. We did 106,000 downloads. We made 7,000 within the first month. That app eventually made 90,000 in 2024. It works. I wouldn't lead you astray, bro. Okay. If you're just starting out and have an app getting a few organic downloads per day and you want to start exploring paid, do you have ASA first, Meta, or something else? Okay. This is a great question. And this is something I really want to talk about. Personally, this is my personal opinion, and it really depends on the app, but for most apps, this works well. I would start with ASA first. And the first thing you would do is start a basic campaign. Why ASA? Meta and TikTok have so many other levers to pull. You need creatives. So you need a video editor. You need a graphic designer. They require way more of a team effort than ASA because all you need are keywords. And if you look at all the MMP data, ASA is one of the higher converting ROI channels too, because it's search intent. So at least start off with a basic campaign. If you don't have a huge budget, there's a basic plus campaign that I've talked about that's only in our App Masters Academy, soon to be rebranded, but it's only in their academy because I don't want everybody to know it. But it's getting my app and our clients' apps our ideal cost per acquisition. My app is spending about $500-$600 a month with $1 cost per install, right? And it's sort of, but if you guys want the easy way, just run basic to start off with. Because for our own app, we spent about $1,000 on basic and made $3,000. I wasn't doing anything else. I know it came from basic. So it does work. Start with ASA first and ASO, and then pull on Meta. That's how we approach it. And that's what we've been doing with our other indies in our community. That app that we took to 90,000, we're now running Meta. But we got to 90,000 with just ASO and a little bit of ASA. All right. What are the keys to success if you're building a freemium app? Look, bro, I'm going to cover this, Ryan, but it's a math problem. So spoiler alert, it's a math problem, and I will get to it. Because I think if I get too narrow, then you're going to just focus on that narrow path. But the path is wide, and you're going to have to find your own path. So I'll answer that in a little bit. And what are some of the latest experiments you tried, and what have you learned from them? Great question. All right, Ryan, let's get into this. Great question. And I will pull up some slides for you. All right. Sanchi, how are you doing? Come on, Sanchi, get on. How are the comments going? Sanchi, because I'm not paying attention to the comments. He's not awake. All right, come on if you want. All right, here is the latest A/B test that I will share with you guys right now. And then I'm going to pull up some slides too, because I love slides, okay? I was talking to a client and he's like, don't use slides. They're boring. They're too nerdy. And I'm like, oh, well, thanks for calling me a nerd too. I love slides. Who wants to just watch one person on live stream? All right, so Ryan, here's the paywall test has worked. And I got confirmation last week. Thank you to the community, Daniel in the community. He's like, I A/B tested this. This works. And I think it's working better because initially I already thought it was going to work better, but now I have data to confirm it. So here are the things that you want. Follow along because these are some of the best practices for onboarding. I don't like this. I don't know what the other option says, but play around with this. I think having a sign up in the very beginning actually has a big drop off, but maybe under other options, I can skip it. I don't know. Okay. But I did sign up. All right. How old are you? Very important. If you look, Facebook is a great channel, but if you want more granular details, ask your users and track it. Where did you hear about us? Great. It's good enough, right? And some of my indie developers that we're working with, they're starting to run organic TikTok and Instagram. And so he's starting to see people select this stuff, Instagram and TikTok, when they're going through this onboarding journey. So it's a great way to do some back of the napkin ATT prompt, especially if you got organic social media. What is your main goal? We got you, all that stuff. Check out this video. But here is the test. This 3-step paywall is outperforming this Blinkist paywall. I know a lot of you are using this Blinkist paywall, but this 3-step is working a lot better. And I know in our community, at Masters Academy community, we had a call this morning not every Friday, but usually the first Friday of every month, we meet at 7 a.m. Pacific to kind of talk through this. And we have seen that this works better. And the question that was brought up in the community was, hey, is it too long? Why 3 steps? And I'm like, it's not that long. It's more, I don't think it's the number of screens, it's the overload of each screen, right? And I'll pull up Cal AI right here too. So this is what I mean. Because with fitness apps, longer onboarding do work better. I don't know if my grammar was good on that one. Longer onboarding processes work better than shorter ones. Yes, less people make it through, but the people that do end up making it through, they end up buying more too. So here's what I mean by overload. I'm asking male or female. I'm male, obviously. I like to work out almost every day of the week. Cal AI, if you're copying this, he's missing App Store search. So don't put that. Have you tried out? See, this is easy questions, right? And then Cal AI takes a moment. Hey, no problem. He's interweaving some social proof. And that's the way you do it, because this is an overload for me. I'm like, okay, cool. Next. Okay, I got to input stuff, put my weight. Again, realistic. Okay, cool. Great. How fast do you want it? Now, having some commitment is key. Duolingo has already proven this out. Having users try to commit to a certain goal will lead to higher retention. That's one of the things you can do, right? And even if your games, for Ollie, if you're a game, maybe try it out, right? I know a lot of times we subscription apps borrow from games, but maybe games need to start borrowing from us. This works too. Asking for a rating before the paywall, but laying out this particular way where you have the 5 stars and you have the testimonials leads to higher ratings for you. Last up, this is what Cal AI is doing here as well. I don't like theirs. This is a video that I'm going to create, and it's going to be published soon. It's in editing, but we'll break it out. But this 3-step process is the way to go. And then I'll talk about some other strategies that are working well. The last thing that I want to show you guys that worked well for one of our apps is this Paywall. So we have an AI app as well, and we tried to test out different type of paywalls, but this one's working the best ultimately for us. And this is where I know a lot of times I'll say yearly is the best, but for this particular AI app, we are seeing that weekly does the best for us. So when we move from a previous paywall to this looking paywall, we've seen higher conversions. And this is the one that I would recommend for that. All right, cool. Let's get into some of the questions that we've had. Ollie's here. Cool, Ollie. Thanks, man. I really appreciate you answering my questions and breaking it down in detail. Super helpful. I'm glad. Fred says, what's the latest ASO tactics that actually work? All right. Man, ASO is getting freaking hard these days. I would say I'm like maybe 10, 20% accuracy rate. So obviously there's some black hat campaigns that we cover in the academy that are still working. Just be careful with those campaigns. Nor am I recommending it, by the way. Legally, I'm not recommending these campaigns, okay? But I've heard they work, okay? Legally speaking for us. But essentially, here's the ASO tactics that are working for us. Localization. And I will cover this in the strategies I love soon. Secondly, and this will be a brand new course in our academy, so you guys get a little sneak peek. But anyways, focus on 6 keywords. All you really need if you're an indie and all you want is a 6-figure business, okay? You want a 6-figure business, let's say 90,000, let's say $50,000 to $90,000, 100,000 too, a year, and then you're happy with that. This is all you need. You need 2 to 3 keywords, probably just 2, to be number 1. That's it. It's that easy. That's all you need. That's why I say 6, because you find 6 that have that search traffic around 30 and above, right? 27 is okay, but I want to get it close as 30 is above. You find those keywords, you get them to be number 1. And if you're charging enough, back to the math problem, business is just a simple math problem. You have a 6-figure business. We've done it before. We bought an app ranking number 1 for just 2 keywords. They were undercharging. We changed the subscription. We changed from a one-time in-app purchase to a subscription model. Went from roughly $1,000 a month to $8,000 to $10,000 a month, just like that. Because it's just a math problem. If you can get to 100 downloads a day, and you're charging enough and you're converting enough, you will have a 6-figure business. It's that easy. So that's why I say 6, so that you can rotate and find the 2 that you can actually rank for. So that's what I would say for that one. Hello from Greece. That's good to see you. Luis, good to see you. Hola, my friend. All right. The Phantom says, do you need to keep updating your app just so Apple and Google sees it's being developed, even though there's nothing to update? Look, man, yes and no, right? Yes, in that you should probably be changing out your ASO and your keywords to try to see which one really sticks. No, in that I have actually seen certain apps. So I'm not going to make a definitive answer for you. I've seen certain apps not be updated and still rank really well. Because I've heard from other developers, Steve, why is this app number one? They haven't been updated in like 5 years. Why is it number one? I say, go buy that app. Go buy that app. Okay. Because if they haven't updated, that's what I would do. Those are the type of apps that I love. So if you got an app that's ranking well and you haven't updated, reach out to me. I may want it. But anyways, Phantom, that's what I would do. I would still update regularly because I think Google and Apple do like that. But yeah, it's not a necessity. Hi from Brazil. Good to see you, man. Marco is here. All right, Abdullah, do you see Google Play changes regarding user loss and DMU threshold? Yeah, I think, Abdullah, so I think even Apple now, Google has always said that they take retention and crashes into like their overall ASO mix because they're Google. They're very sophisticated. I didn't feel like Apple was doing that. Now, I don't have enough data, but my gut kind of feels like maybe Apple is starting to do it. And so we're with one of our apps, I can't figure out why we're not number one for this keyword to show you that I'm sometimes wrong about ASO. Like, I can't figure it out. I'm assuming the number one app, he doesn't even have monetization. So I know I'm making more than them, but I'm assuming it's because of retention because everything's free. So we've tried to give away more content within our app to see if that'll move. I'm trying out new ASO strategies to see if I can make it move. There's no reason why I shouldn't be number one for this primary keyword. And I'm number 3 and 4. I've been fluctuating. I've been number one, haven't been able to hold number one. So those strategies I talk about in the academy, they do work. But then, ultimately, like, man, getting to number one, great. You got to maintain it. So to Phantom's question, yeah, you got to try to keep an eye on making sure you maintain that number one ranking because I've definitely gotten number one and fallen. I've been number one for a lot of stuff. Lots of questions. Thank you, Sanchu. You're going to have to keep me honest. All right. Jan, I'm going to pretend it's Jan, not Jan. All right, Jan. I have a specific keyword in the title and more ratings than other apps, some even without that title, but can't overtake them. Jan, that's what I'm saying, bro. I'm in the same fucking boat. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm playing. I even tested screenshots. I'll just tell you what I've done. I tested screenshots. Didn't work. I'm testing now different things for ASO. So I guess I'll tell you guys. Trying no subtitle. Seeing that works better because the number one app has no subtitle. So I'm like, all right, no subtitle. Changing the keywords, I thought like the conversion rate, downloads to impression would have an impact. Not. So now we're trying out with retention, no subtitle, trying that out and seeing what sticks. But I'm in the same boat. I can't figure it out. I'm even running ads for this app and it's doing well. Like we're getting sub $1 or around $1 cost per installs, but it still can't get to number one position. So good luck, bro. All right. Mo says, Steve, for rest of me, are there additional onboarding screens besides the 3 about the free trial notification? No, there's not, Mo. There is. So let me show this to you. It's just asking for the rating prompt. It's that easy. Organize. I'm ready. So that 3-step process, paywall. If I X out of paywall, I'm into the homepage and stuff like that. Then they still use this notification paywall on their like subscribe button right here. Hey, recipe, if you guys are paying attention, don't put subscribe. Go like go pro or unlock all recipes. Promise it'll work. All right. Let's see. I need a break, Sanchu. Should I just go all questions? Oh, okay. I'm almost done with all the questions. Okay. And then I'll get into my presentation. KC says, which is more important, the first 2 or 3 screens of the funnel itself, or the paywall? Which one has the biggest impact on purchases? I would say paywall, KC, if I had to answer it. Obviously, test on your own, but what we've seen is sometimes what we'll do with clients is only optimize the paywall. Onboarding looks good, we'll just optimize the paywall, and we've seen good success. And even our app, actually, as I'm talking through it, our onboarding was the same. We changed the paywall, and finally, it started going. Like we were getting downloads. We're getting 100 plus downloads a day, just wasn't converting. So now I know, like, okay, we have a paywall that converts. Now time to pour some more money. So back to the question of that Ryan said, why do I start out first with the ASAs? Then I can easily test to see if this is converting. If it is converting with ASA, it should convert with all these other channels where I will need more video help, where I will have to like, there's so many levers to pull on Meta. It's so annoying and you have to spend so much. That's why I always start off with ASA first. Okay. Any ASO tactics which most people do, but we should avoid now? Look, there's something that I always get on my team for, Senshin. It's, all right, Sanchi, ready for this? ASO strategies you have to avoid. Number one, stop going after brand terms. It's not going to help you. Even if you're number two for a branded term, because they're number one, will likely not drive more downloads for you. The other mistake that I see beginners make is going after the most competitive high traffic terms, even though you have one rating. Don't go after meditation if you just launched. There's no point. If ASO is an important channel, there's no point to having that in there too. So those are the biggest mistakes I typically see when it comes to ASO. There you go. For a new iOS workout app with low marketing budget, would you focus on ASA or Meta or something else? Man, this one's different. So I would focus on ASA personally, depending on the type of workouts. Like hopefully you're like push, like more niche if you are. If it's super competitive, like that basic, try the basic because you can tell Apple, I only want $1 per install. Okay. Try it out. But I would also look at the Reddit. It is a great channel, guys. So there's one campaign I will share with you guys that my team found, because you have too small of a budget that I'm like, is it really even worth it? Like try out these other growth hacks, right? So there's this iOS apps. If you've heard me talk about AppAdvice, this is sort of a substitute or an add-on. So if you've just done an AppAdvice campaign last month and you can't do it and you don't want to pay us at Indie App Santa, no problem. Just go to iOS apps on Reddit. It is a great channel. It's very similar to AppAdvice. You can see there's a lot of free lifetime access, and it drove 2,000 downloads for somebody in our App Masters community. So it does work. And I hate App Hookup. So if you're moderated there, I hate you, bro. But they always delete my crap. If you didn't delete my crap, I'm not trying to spam anybody, dude. I would do it. But as you can see, 52 online, 66 online, less members, more engaged community. Screw you, App Hookup. It is all about iOS apps, Reddit subreddit. All right. All right. Angry much, Steve? I thought this was about love. Sorry. Solanto. Do you think that one bad app in your developer account with low and declining audience negatively affects the other apps? I don't think so. I think that's too into the weeds. Ariane, what's up, bro? Hey, Steve, conducted an experiment on descriptions for ASA. Are they relevant? I haven't conducted it, and I don't think they're relevant. Abdullah says, how much ratings install ratio is safe? Typically about, I would say one. I don't have enough data on this, but I know 1% of organic downloads, natural downloads, will leave a rating. So I would probably say 1 to 5% of that. Where's your question, Rudy? I don't even see it, bro. Oh, maybe it was in the comments. Sachi, is there a question in the comments? Let me check out the YouTube comment. All right. Yeah, Rudy, I would never skip your question, bro. All right. Julian says, besides popularity and difficulty, how important is the number of apps that show up for a specific keyword? Julian, I don't think it matters at all, personally. I think it matters because if it's 0, obviously you can rank for it. But what matters more, in my opinion, what I would be looking at is how many apps are using it in their title and subtitle. And so I'll just pick on meditation because that's the easiest category and doesn't reveal anything. But this is how I would do it, right? So I'll show my screen. I know the number of apps, but when I found a keyword, you see, there's so many meditations everywhere, right? But when I've gotten apps, when I've been right, I'll just say that, about keywords and getting them to be number one, it's generally when I've said, like, I will find a keyword and I have a few. I'm like, holy crap, nobody's using this in their title and subtitle. And boom, I'm number one. So that's what I would say. Really look at what the search results say and who's number one, who's number two. And if the number one has just small amount of ratings, you can probably beat them. So that's how I look at it. Mark says, excuse me, how much data can you see inside App Store search ads in regards to targeted keywords, paying subscribers? Can it track everyone? Yeah, Mark, you're going to need another tool. Apple search ads won't tell you on a keyword level how many people become subscribers. Apple, why the hell not? It would make our lives a lot easier and it would disrupt a lot of the tools. You're going to need a different tool. I believe Revenue Cat has some data on this. And I know that conversion, thank you to Heecham, in our community, he said, hey, conversion gives you that data too. So there are these platforms and these tools out there that'll give you that data, but you usually need to put their SDK in there, and Apple search ads will not do it. But if you're not running anything else, like I wasn't, then you can safely say at a campaign level, this is all working. Rudy, why are you asking such a, don't ask these type of questions publicly. All right. KC says, when running ads on Facebook, a lot of traffic is going to the right column and the conversion there is practically zero. How can be this dealt with? Do you have any issues as well? You might be doing something wrong then, KC, because a lot of our ads are actually shown on the feed or the reels. So I don't know. Have you set it up? But you can, within Meta, you can figure out what placements you want. And certain times we'll even disable certain placements and we'll only want certain things on the reel or the feed. But I think you set up something wrong. That's user error, in my opinion, AC. All right, fine, Rudy. I have a feeling that services don't, I won't mention it, Black Hat services don't work anymore. So now what? Apple search ads or Facebook ads? Any tips? So this is what I'm saying, Rudy. These Black Hat strategies, they don't rely on them. This is the problem, I think, with indies. They're like, because I'll get these questions. Okay, how many installs should I put in? What did I do this? What did I do that? I'm like, dude, if I knew all the answers, you would not be talking to me. That's what I always say. It would cost you a lot of money to talk to me. But I would say is like, do it to help out, to supplement, but don't rely on it. Like any of these channels, I would say don't rely on Meta, right? If your Meta is your choice, and I know everybody talks about Meta, don't rely on it. If you're too reliant on one freaking channel, I know we're all reliant on the iPhone and the iOS, but if you're too reliant on that channel, then you're going to fail. So I would say, Rudy, try those. And in our community, we talk about this, like which services are working versus not. Try those, but don't rely on them. What I would say is Apple search ads and Facebook. That's it. Try those two out. And I always start with Apple search ads. And we're trying to push more on Facebook, but I wanted to make sure our paywall things were converting by using Apple search ads. Now that I feel like things are converting, I'm going to go to Facebook. All right. The Phantom says, what are the must-have services when keeping track of keywords and competitors? So any of those tools, Phantom, AppFollow, Sensor Tower, AppRadar, all those things are good for keeping track of your keywords. The competitors, look, I don't really pay attention to the competitors, and I'll leave you guys with this quote, or not leave you guys, but I'll tell you this quote, like winners focus on winning, losers focus on winners. So I don't really pay attention to my competitors. The way I pay attention to them would be like, all right, maybe they're doing something, or their ads to see which ones are performing well. But I couldn't tell you what any other app marketing agency is doing. I don't care. I listen to you guys. I listen to our clients. I listen to what's working in the space, and I try to fulfill that need. So there. Okay, Ollie. All right. Selling. Thanks, Ollie. Did I pay you for this? No. All right. I noticed you have a foundation package for $1,000 a month. Can you explain in your own words how this could be beneficial for indies with budget issues? Look, if you ain't have 1,000, then you shouldn't work with us. Save your fucking money. I don't need it. Right. What I would say is why we did our plans. The vision behind this is I feel like agencies are broken. All right. Am I going to do a custom proposal for you? Hell no. Did it? Never works. But I productized this particular service, and it's an all-you-can-eat type of buffet, right? I want to be the most affordable, most effective app marketing agency out there because I know how hard it is to be an entrepreneur, to be an app founder, right? We chose the path with the most resistance in a way. We chose this path. So I want to be this. If you ain't got 1,000, then don't work with us, right? But this plan was the plan that took one of our clients from just a few hundred downloads, few $100s a day, a month, to ultimately $7,000 a month to ultimately $90,000 a month to ultimately him upgrading to the $3,000 plan. That's what I would love to happen. If you stay on the 1,000, fine with me too, right? But you get ASO projects. You get a discount on our indie app Santa campaigns. We run the AppAdvice campaign for you. We'll give you an audit to show you the best strategies in terms of paywall, all that stuff, and then we'll localize. I mean, a few of our clients on the 1,000 plan, just on Google Play, we've been able to grow his revenues from just sub 100 to like over 6,000 now. And it was through constant ASO and localizing ASO and localizing pricing. So this is part of the $1,000 package. I'm trying to be affordable. The all you can eat buffet type is people come in like, hey, I get all these in 1 month, right? No. You can, it's like an all you can eat buffet. You can eat as much as you want. We just limit the timing. We're trying to be affordable. So we can't give you everything in 1 month. You can pick and choose. So it's limited to a certain number of projects. That's why we have 2 ASO projects per month. And we'll do the AppAdvice, obviously, but you won't, like you got to pick and choose. And look, we should probably add that in there. Like, hey, it's like, 4 projects a month. You can't get everything all in one month. And we do have a playbook of a 3-month playbook that walks you through kickstarting an app. So if you especially have zero, it talks through like, hey, month 1, here are our goals. Here are the keywords we're focusing on. Month 2, here's what we're going to try. Month 1 generally includes AppAdvice, lifetime hack, and all that stuff, along with the ASO. Month 2, now that we have some revenues and some ratings, we'll run Apple search ads, right? See how that goes. Month 3, now it's a fork in the road. Do we need to invest more in the product itself, or do we scale on Meta? So it's usually the fork in the road for month 3. All right. Hope that's helpful, Ollie. All right, Ollie. I saw one of your streams where foundation users started earning $10,000 a month. I hope I didn't mention that. Yeah, no, it wasn't. Dude, it was it. I'm telling you, that guy was on the 1,000 plan. We took it to 90,000. So if you do the math, that's 12,000 to us for the whole year, 90,000 in sales for that client, right? Like we took it. Look, other agencies can do whatever the hell they want. I still am going to stick to my guns. We want to be affordable. We want to be effective. And that's what we're trying to do. All right. Bruno, what's up, Bruno? Okay. Bruno says, how's it going? If you create a custom page, I believe you can track proceeds through App Store search. Regards. Yeah, Bruno, I said this too, but what we're finding is custom product pages you can tie to Apple search ads. Sometimes they work better, not always. So for one of our bigger clients where we spent $500,000 on ads, on just Apple search ads last year, we're using custom product pages for different industries, and we're seeing good results with that. And I won't get into too many details because they're one of our bigger clients. I love them and I don't want to lose them. So, but we're seeing really good results. And I'm most proud of is they said, look, Steve, we tried out other agencies. You're the only one to make our non-branded keywords be profitable. I'm like, thank you, because strategy is it's all math. Damn, Sancho, I'm running out of time. Anyways, so yes, you can track it. You can use custom product pages on Meta as well. But what we're finding recently is these custom product pages are underreporting everything. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's get into, what do you think I should do, Sancho? Because there's a lot of questions. Maybe I just stick to these questions. Yeah, let's just stick to these questions. Let's play all right, let's get into, oh, it's got a private. Okay, so we got another question. Thanks, Sancho. Oh shit, we got more, bro? Okay, let's go through. All right, I'll skip my slides. Why don't you tell me, guys? I prepared a whole slide to me. All right. Rudy says, any tips how to generate Facebook ad images for a campaign? Yep. Key app not working and getting me crazy. I'm looking for alternative ways. Yeah. So Rudy, there's one campaign, one service that we're trying to find out. So shout out to Bavia from our team who found out this tool. It's called Creatify. They did not sponsor anything else, but she tested it out and it's working really well. You can choose from they do AI UGC videos and they have a lot of different type of templates. We like them the best so far. We're testing out more, but right now, this is what I would say, Rudy, creatify.ai, creatify.ai. Okay. Not a sponsor, hopefully a sponsor. Which means in our community, we're trying to do more discounts too. So in our App Masters community, you'll get discounts on our services, our foundation plan, and Indie App Santa. And I'm working on Superwall. Shout out to you, Jake. So we're working on different promotion with different partners too. Quick little plug there. All right. Castle Hall. Hi, ASO question. Is it redundant to add both chores and chore? Wouldn't chores be automatically covered as a plural for chores? And then you can add another keyword instead. Thanks for the clarification. Yes and no. So test it out, because you would think that repeating doesn't help, but I actually was number one for a primary keyword. See, I can get to number one. Maintaining number one really hard sometimes by repeating the same keyword in the title, subtitle, and keyword field, right? So I literally had chores, chore. I had chore in the title, in the subtitle, and subtitle in the keyword field. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You have to test, because one of the things you have to do is validate old assumptions, right? Or that's it, right? It's that simple. Because repeating keywords used to help back in 2014, 15 range. And I was like, wonder if it works again. And sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't, like all things in life. Okay, what are the most effective localizations? Or it's going to be app dependent. The way I like to do this is figure out where you're getting the downloads, and then try to figure out ways to optimize the pricing for those downloads. The obvious ones are probably UK, Canada, Australia, obviously the US, and then the non-English speaking ones, I would look at Germany. I think that's very interesting. I'd look at India too. I think there's huge opportunities in India, and we haven't tapped into. And I know, Sanchi, you might disagree, so feel free to jump in. But I still do believe we're seeing good numbers from there. We're seeing good numbers in Russia for another client of ours too. So I would say look at your own numbers, but Germany would be the biggest non-English speaking country that I would focus in on. Hi, Steve. Great video. Thank you. No, thank you. All right. If you don't mind, I would ask you a question. Is it true that doing an AppAdvice campaign would ruin the iOS algorithm for your app? Because then Apple is going to associate your ideal customers' behavior like the ones who are always looking for free stuff. Are there any downsides of those free campaigns that you should be aware of? Great question. I think you're overthinking it. Okay. And here's why. Because, you guys like this better? I don't know. Name this. A, B. Okay. I think you're overthinking it. I've been doing these campaigns for 10 plus years. Like, I don't think there's been a negative impact on this. It's only helped. And one of the things I wanted to talk about today was a lot of times I'll hear from indies overthinking this campaign. And I'm like, here's a spreadsheet that did I not put it on here? No, I didn't. Dang it. Okay. So let me show you this spreadsheet real quick. Show. I'll blow this up because I get this question. You guys are overthinking it, right? In my opinion, because the people who are asking that question are the people that generally don't have as many downloads or sales as possible, right? You're like overthinking everything. So the people that ask this question, like, I don't want to do AppAdvice. It's going to cost me server costs. Well, look at this numbers, okay? Like, bear with me. If I've done 100,000 downloads, normally 2,000 to 5,000 safe level for AppAdvice, making a lifetime offer for free. So I'm going to pick 5,000. Usually it's 10,000 sometimes too. All right. But I'm going to pick 5,000 because safe number. All right. $5,000. Let's say I can get you 5,000 downloads for free, by the way. Let's say you had to pretend you had to pay for them. So $1, which is very hard to do, but okay, $1 per download. So you spent $5,000 to get 5,000 downloads. You need to convert 2% of those, which is average. You get 100 subscribers. And if you're charging 50, if you're charging anything under 50, you're negative. But you have to charge $50 a year. Most people have to buy that $50 a year to break even. Now, let's say you run AppAdvice and you get 5,000 downloads, if not more, and your server costs go up 5,000. Well, I rather pay for server costs and usage rather than marketing, because I feel what I've noticed with AppAdvice people is those who miss the deal because you're only free for 2 days will end up paying. And the bigger boost from the 5,000 within a couple of days, rather than how are you going to spend this over probably a month, comes with greater opportunities for ASO and the like, right? So I'd rather have that big boost rather than spreading out this $5,000 in cost over a month if I were running Facebook or Meta or Apple search ads, right? I just think you're overthinking all this strategy, because this is the strategy that I love the most. Here are the other benefits. You get more App Store ratings really fast. Your ASO kicks in. Users are coming for feedback, right? They give you great feedback, and they'll even email you saying, I missed out on the deal. Can you give me that lifetime offer for free? And personally, I love it. It gives me a dopamine hit. Oh, you love my app that much that you want the free lifetime offer? Awesome. Because how many times we're going to be like, we see a bunch of these deals and like, we're not all the time, we're going to be like, great, give me that offer. So I think you're overthinking it. I would just do it. All right, let's see. Sanjay, I didn't know we had so much questions. All right, let's go through these really quickly. I have a particular issue in my industry. Thank you for guys who are commenting and then, posting on Twitter. And then Hisanchu, thank you for putting all this together. I have a particular issue in my industry. It's super hard to find keywords higher than 20. Most of them are 50 to 10. What else should I do in this case? So this is where Meta is going to be interesting. You got to think about other ways. There's many ways to cut this business. I'm just going to talk about business in general. There's many ways to do it. Obviously, AppMasters runs more on YouTube, right? That's where most of people find me. You guys are all here. So you're going to have to find Reddit communities. When I was first launching AppMasters and nobody knew me, I went to other existing app communities. That would be Facebook groups. That would be LinkedIn groups. And all I did was share the content. I was like, hey, I'm just sharing this content. And slowly but surely, I started to build a following. And not a lot of people are willing to put that work in. I went into every group and said, hey guys, I've got this great interview with the co-founder Shazam. I'd love for you guys to just listen to it. It's an amazing get. And I feel proud that he came on. So go check it out. So this is what you have to do. You're going to have to find other sources. ASO is not the end all and be all. What I would try to hope that you walk away from this is every business should be diverse in how they drive downloads. And you have to start thinking about one channel is good. Then you have to start exploring other channels, because you don't want to be dependent on one channel. Because if Facebook changes their algorithm or Apple does something, screwed, right? We had one client doing phenomenally well on Facebook, start trial campaigns. And then Apple said, hey, we're going to be more private and do this ATT prompt. Guess what happened to his Facebook ads? Completely shrunk. And now it's horrible, right? Like, so don't be reliant. That's why I like ASO, but it's a piece of the pie, not the entire pie. Rudy says, okay, got to that, Rudy. Sorry, Rudy. Thanks for doing it right way, Rudy. So it's our fault. Okay, Jan, thank you for bringing that. Vassell says, my app has reached 400 downloads in 2 months. Okay, the conversion rates is also very good, but I can't get more installs. What should I do? I don't have a budget for ads. Then find a way to get budget for ads. Look, I have a strong feeling. If you want to save more money, make more money. I know it's counterintuitive, but if you want to save more, make more. It's easier to save when you have more money to save. That's what I found. Instead of trying to figure out ways to cut, figure out ways to get more. So Vessel, here's what I did. I'm saying this early on in my career at Masters. My first year on my own, I didn't know how to make money, right? I was like trying out different things. I even went back to my old boss and I said, hey, do you need help with anything? Like, can I help you with anything? He's like, well, I'm working on this thing. Like, he's like, how much would you charge for that? And I came up with a number and he floated me. So thank you, John, for doing that for me. Like, that's what I did. I was out there hustling. Stop. Go out there and hustle. That's what I would say. I'm tired of people saying, I don't have enough money for budget. What then go do something. Go on Reddit. Go on Facebook groups. Like, do something else. Don't just really like, what should I do with my keywords? Think of other strategies if you tried it all, is what I would say. Thanks, Mo. Okay. Hope that was helpful. All right. I don't have, it's not like I got this whole presentation that I'll just save it for another time for you guys. Thank you. Shout out to my team for putting this together, right? All right. Let's get into the app audits. And then Sanchi and I have some really cool stuff. I know you got some questions, but I owe it to those who reached out to me for the app audit. So I want to get to this. So Ashanti Game Studios, they left me a review. So if you leave me a review in your favorite podcast app, I've been giving out indie app Santa promos. I'm doing this app audit for Ashanti as well. So if you send me a screenshot that you left a review for our podcast or whatever, then I will hook you up. Okay. It's you're going to have to remember it because I literally forget what I say. All right. So I'm going to look at this game and then we'll audit it. And he or she, sorry, Shanti, I don't know your name, but just app direction. So it looks like a game, match patterns and build memory. See, these type of games, these casual games, Ollie, you need a paid acquisition model. And that's going to be through like Facebook, like Voodoo does. That's going to be through other, what's the one I'm missing on it? I think AdMob is obviously the bigger one, but AppLovin, you're going to need these ad channels because you're going to need a bigger budget. Nobody's searching for this stuff. All right, let's get into the app for Ashanti Games. Woo! I know some of you, it's like nighttime on Valentine's Day. What do you, thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for choosing me to be your Valentine. I appreciate that. All right, Ashanti, here it is. Allow notifications. Okay. Tap and match the 3 colors shown in order. Oh, it's like Simon Says. Okay, I like that. So Shanti, think of this as Simon Says. I think honestly, games are like the hardest freaking category to launch, guys. It's just, you're going to have to be reliant on spend. All right. And you really have to pay attention to drop off here. Like how many times, what level do they drop off or what phase it's on? Because it's feeling a little repetitive to me. But that's just me. That's just one man's opinion. Again, I want more. And I think the good games give you a little bit more and play with your psychology. Because now maybe I'm at a 4 and you're waiting too long to show me 4. So this is why games are so difficult, guys. Like you got to really pay attention to like what people are doing within the app. Whereas apps like subscription apps, a lot easier. See, I don't know if you're gonna make me do 30, dude, but this is getting old. And then what I would do is probably have some ads down here too, but not on the first session. But right now it's getting a little too repetitive. And you're gonna have to figure out where people drop off. All right, let me go poke around. One of the strategies that I think it's old enough now, but an old client of mine told me was having things like and Asanchi did it, a spinning wheel to engage your users. So imagine this button up at the right top is a spinning wheel that unlocks certain things. And I'll show you an example right now. Look at that, Sanchi. Sanchi put that together. So what he told me was it does work. It brings in retention. People sometimes just come into the game and spin that wheel to get that offer. So think about doing something like that. But right now, it feels like it's too long, Asante. You're going to have to figure out ways to progress. You're going to have to really find the right progression because I've done, 12 of these, and it's still the same. I messed up. I don't even remember. Save your streak. Oh, it ends. That's crazy. So I think what I like about Flappy Bird, and I see your ad, Flappy Bird, Crossy Road, here's what they do really well. They have users, they get tough fast. Right? Like Flappy Bird known for just like frustrating gameplay. So you're going to have to figure out the right balance between easing users like 3 and then going fast. Be like, okay, now it's going to get difficult. You ready? Go. Ready to level up? And I'm like, yeah, go. And if I say no, you can keep me in the same progression. But if I'm ready to level up, that's probably what now that I'm thinking out loud, that's how I would hack it. After 3 or 4 levels, say, are you ready to level up? Give them the option, say yes or no. They say yes, level them up quick. Because right now it got old quick. All right, cool. Hope that was helpful. How are we on the comments? All right, Sanchu, let's do some fun stuff. Let's get into some dad jokes. All right, it's your favorite time of the show for some dad jokes. If you have a dad joke, we're going to give you a free, hopefully February. No, I don't even have one for February 5th. We're going to give you a free Indie App Santa promo. Your dad joke, Just have one dad joke. We'll give you it for free. And if you vote, well, Sanchi will pick a random winner to give you 50. Are we doing 50% off or free? Sanchi will decide what we do, but we'll give you a great promo on Indie App Santa. All you got to do is vote. All right. And I will explain about the Academy because I know a lot of people have been asking about that too. All right. So, all right, Sanchi, you tell me if you see a joke. I will start off. There you go. All right. It's on you. I'm just going to say it's on you. All right. It's on you. What do you call two birds in love? What do you call two birds in love? What, Steve? Oh, tweet hearts. Tweet hearts. Tweet hearts. Okay. All right. Nobody else has a joke? All right. Well, if you have a joke, I'll read it and then we'll play a game. Sanchi, you got a joke? No. All right. He is here. He is here. So he's ready to go. All right. Sanchi, you got a joke?
Yes, I do.
You have a joke? Okay, go. You go.
Yeah. Yeah. Why did the banana go on a date?
Why?
Because it found someone appealing.
All right. I like it. Okay. Alexander has a joke too, my friend. All right. Finally. Thank you. All right. Alexander says, why did the coffee report to the police? Why did the coffee report to the police? Or what did the coffee? Sorry. I screwed that up, Alex. What did the coffee report to the police? A mugging. All right, give that man. All right, Alex, reach out to us. We'll give you a free Indie App Santa promo. And then all you guys got to do is vote for A, H, or S. 1-1. All right, it's on you. If you thought my joke was better, put S. If you thought Alex's joke was better, put A. And then if you thought Sanchi's joke was better, put H. All right, Sanchi, you want to stay on? We'll do some app audits together.
Yep.
Okay. I like having somebody with me. All right, we got Sandra's app right here, Howsin. I think that's how you say Howsin. I think it's in Spanish, but it helps you buy a new home. I went through this app a little bit and helps you buy a new home, kind of get some virtual stuff in there. And she needs help with app audit and ASO. So Sandra, with this type of app, like the cool thing is you can get very targeted. So the homes that you feel like you have a good supply for, you can target meta ads. And because you're on Android, meta ads are going to be cheaper. And you can target people in a certain location, right? So for like dating apps, so to speak, you can say, oh, those in California, 50-mile radius. Do that, right? One of the strategies, my favorite growth hacks a while ago for Apple features was targeting ads to Apple employees in the Bay Area and said, hey, Apple, you should feature this app in one way or another. And it worked. It led to 4 different features in 2017. Yes, I am that old. So it does work. Just try that out. And that's what I would do, because I don't know if a lot of people are searching for this type of app. They might just be searching for new homes. And you want to, since you're localized, you want to make sure you cover the new homes, not everywhere. Let's say I'm just going to pick the US, not everywhere in the US, but only in San Francisco. So what I would do also is, if you're going to be that localized on a city level, think about sports teams, especially in the US. We did this very well. We would focus on the cities that have sports teams and optimize the ASO for those sports teams. That's how you optimize ASO for these tricky type of apps too. Sanchi, anything you want to add on this screenshot?
No.
Okay. Shall we get into the app then? Let's see if I can read it. I'm getting some votes in. Thank you, Luis. All you got to do is hit one letter, guys. Come on. You're literally watching me for an hour. You just hit one letter for me. Thank you, Romaine. The wrong letter. Okay. Howsin. Won't allow. Sorry. Oh, they go straight into it. You might. Okay, it looks like it's Barcelona. This is perfect. Awesome. Don't allow. This is amazing. It's like TikTok for homes. That's cool. I wonder if this is for Airbnb or if this is just for homes to buy. But this is really cool. I don't know how they create it, but this is really cool. I love it. Woo. Sanchi, what do you think? Next retreat?
Yeah.
Yes, 6 million.
Yes.
2.2 millis.
Nice.
I'll go. Wow. These are like redonkulous homes. Well, it has to be a redonkulous home to be like, all right, we can kind of afford this one. How about Valencia? Pretty sick. Great app. I think it looks really cool. I don't know how to get in touch and what details. Yeah, it's really cool. It's a better way to view Zillow, and it's only for higher properties. So what I would say too, Sandra, is lean into that. What makes you different? Being like, yo, this is the only home listing app for millionaires, right? Like something that is makes you unique. Don't be afraid of leaning into your uniqueness. Speak it for somebody who tells dad jokes on a business app marketing podcast. So don't lean into their uniqueness. That's what I would do. Be like, hey, if you're looking for $1 million homes, the fanciest way, this is the best way to view them. Like ditch your realtor, look at these homes and convert your house. Okay. Oh, Alex is here too. He's got his app. All right, Asanchu, what do you think? Did you tally up the votes?
Obviously, I win.
Obviously. Okay. And do you have your wheel thing ready to go?
Yes.
Okay, let me. Well, you do it. You hit everything. All right, Asanchu, you take over the show, my friend.
Okay.
It's time to pick a winner. All right, Asanchu, who do we have? Who won today for this indie app stand-up promo? Where's your wheelie? Okay, wait.
Oh,
Oh, spin it, baby.
oh,
I'm rooting for somebody.
it's Romaine.
Romaine. Boo. I'm just kidding. Good job, Romaine. All right, reach out to us. We'll hook you up with a. Do we just give it for free, Asanchu, or are we?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
For
All right,
free.
you get a free one, Romaine. I can give. Nah, it's look at this guy. He's too nice.
Wow.
Who said the French aren't nice? Huh, Romaine? I'm just kidding. All right. Right. All right. Alex is here. I've got his app, SnackFolio. Let me pull it up. I want to pull it up on the web, not my. Actually, let's do it on the Mac store. No, you might not. We might not see anything. Okay, never mind. Let me copy and paste this link. All right. Whoops. Hope nothing breaks. Yeah, same with us. All right, calorie tracker. So no reviews in US yet, but I'm sure you have some elsewhere. Anything here, Asanchu, you notice from the screenshots and stuff?
I like the video, the
Yeah.
preview video that they presented. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, to the point earlier of like what to do, I can't get to number one. This keyword is ranking, but test out video. That's what I saw. The number one app for my keyword has. So test out video too, as well. But okay, what else you got?
Nice screenshots. Interesting.
Yeah, I might lean into what makes you a little bit different, but overall looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Overall looks really good. The interesting thing is this category, this calorie tracker, this food tracking thing, there's an interesting number of keywords beyond the obvious. So that's all I would say. I know the keywords, they're interesting level of keywords. And the more niche you become, the feeling that I have is the better for conversions. So don't be afraid of the niche, because I've seen the highest like trial activation rates on niche apps. Raphael, we're working with you, Raphael. He's got a new app. He's got an app called Underwriter, Learn Stocks, AI stock center app. So plug you for a bit too, Raphael. Okay, let's go into the app itself. It says, what we need help on. The title, app icon, screenshots, and descriptions. Basically, I'm looking for the first impression how this looks, like someone who just found it on the App Store and trying to decide, yeah, I'm pretty new. Okay, I'm a pretty new subscriber, but enjoying YouTube channel so far, especially the interviews with experienced app owners. How dare you? You're supposed to say especially the ones where you're by yourself, Alex. Okay. Anyways, look, I think if I had to compare you to, let's say, Cal AI, the comparison I would make is this is just so simple. Make calorie tracking easy with AI. So he's leaning into the AI. Snap a picture of your food because people want ease. There's a Warren Buffett quote that I like. It's like, Warren, why doesn't everybody just copy your strategy, your investing strategy? And Warren's like, I've never met a person that wanted to get rich slowly. It's like, yeah. So, anyways, everybody wants speed, everyone wants ease. So show them what you do in terms of ease and fast quickness. So this is what they do. Snap a picture, let us do the rest. And yours, there's a lot of text, in my opinion, Alex. So you're gonna have to work around that too. Like, I would just say copy it. Like, boom, looks good. To you. Okay, description doesn't really matter much. It matters more on Google Play, but it won't matter much on iOS. So your title is decent, but I think it's too competitive. Whoops. Did I lose everything? Oh man, my camera.
No, you cannot. Yeah.
My camera went away. All right. Wrong camera angle. Okay, it's back. There you go. That. Figure out the keywords because you're going after super competitive keywords. If you're new to the channel, check out AppFollow. That's how I like to do keyword research. It doesn't always work, but when it works great. But AppFollow is the keyword tool that I love to use, and they help me find some interesting tools. And we are in the midst of building something similar, but calorie tracker is what I would put in. See, when it works like a charm. And then once this loads, click on this, try to find the keyword that doesn't belong. So maybe Cal AI, right? Or even this calorie AI. Click this little icon, and if it works, it'll load up a bunch of keywords for you. And then that way you can, thank you, AppFollow. You can see calorie tracker, super competitive, 62. You're probably not going to rank for that. But calorie deficient tracker, this is what I mean, folks. There's some interesting keywords in this space that I'll stop sharing on that a lot of people are ignoring on this. Just use that tool. All right, cool. How would you make the video and what software would you use? Use iMac. Use screen recording, Robert. You can figure it out. Get a video editor on Fiverr. Come on. Grouchy, huh? Aren't you? I feel like I'm grouchy today. All right, let's get into Alex's app.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm grouchy. All right. SnackFolio. Okay, Alex said the video is built with Rotato. Okay, Rotato. All right, Alex. So be careful with these. Continue with. Look, this is where we see most drop-offs. Let's pretend I don't remember what your app is. You just doing this probably will let people just bounce off. So you are, from my case studies, every app is different. That's why I'm saying it this way. We found that showing the paywall before forcing people to sign up leads to a higher conversion. One of our clients saw 52% increase in sales by just doing that. And this was an app that's making money already. It wasn't like 52%, wasn't like 1 to 150. Okay. So I'll sign up for you. I don't think you need this. Take 2 minutes. I think you're trying to be too nice. Just go straight into it, right? Look at what Cal AI does. Just goes, hey, here's where we do Cal AI. Choose your gender. How many workouts do you do? Blah, blah, blah. They go straight into it. You're trying to be too nice, but I don't know even know what this is. Include active energy. Are you tracking your energy expenditure? Okay, sure. Activate. Oh, okay. This is interesting. I like the way you did it, but that's interesting. Track weight. Okay. Macro. Okay. The thing is, your call to action, Alex, is skip. And you're forcing me to swipe. Now, not everybody's as smart as I am, and they know how to swipe. So be careful with that because you might get people just hitting skip because that's the only call to action they have on here. Yeah. I think you can do a 7-day trial and do a higher price point. So I'm going to guess you're European, Alex. That's just my guess. What we found is in the US, like something that is too cheap is actually counterintuitive. So if you're too cheap, I don't feel like you are. He said yes. I don't feel like the app does a good job. So play around with the pricing because sometimes higher prices leads to higher conversions. Notice I didn't say sales, higher conversions, obviously, and higher sales. So higher conversions as well. Play around with the price. I like that Cal AI is charging, I think, $40, if I'm not mistaken, or $30. Yeah, $30 a year. So lead with that. You don't need to do 1 month free. 7 days is good enough, or you can even test 3 days, but I would stick with 7 days. And then now you increase the price of the monthly to make the yearly look so much cheaper. But this paywall needs some work, but yeah, for the most part, it's decent. Yeah, 1 month, it's too long. And at the data point I do have too, Alex, is one of our clients was charging $15 with a 1 month trial. $15 a month with a 1 month trial. Doing pretty decently, over $10,000 a month. Then we changed it to, we added a $70 per year product with a 7-day trial, kept the 15 days monthly, but removed the trial. Everybody bought the yearly with that 7-day trial, and we close to double the revenues, right? We went up to like 20, 25,000 with that. So they were like 15, and then we went up to 20, 25, and close to 30 certain months when we made that change. So it's more money up front, and it allows you to easily calculate the payback period. So one of the things I did want to end with too, Sanchu, let me just end with this. Maybe if there's any interesting questions in the comments, Sanchu, maybe we'll just end with the last one.
Yeah.
All right. So I had this great presentation. If the math doesn't work, neither will your business. And it's a simple business equation. Business is a simple math equation. And the more simple you can keep it, the better your success. Traffic, conversions, average order size or LTV, and churn. And that's it. That's all you get. These are the only numbers I figure out. So traffic, ASO, Meta, ASA, you got to figure that out yourself. You're going to have to figure out the right traffic or channel. Conversion, onboarding, paywall, right? How many people can I increase that conversion? AOS, average order size, LTV, lifetime value. Can I increase the lifetime value of our users? And this is literally what we did in our business. Right? This is the same model. We already got traffic, so we didn't have any problem with this. We didn't have any problem with conversion. People who come into and reach out to us, they're more likely to work with us. So we have a high conversion rate. And then we figured out AOS. So we used to charge a one-time package for all our services. We broke it up into monthly. We charge less on a monthly basis, but we thought, hey, if we just charge people less on a monthly basis, our LTV will go up. Instead of the LTV being like, let's just say $5,000 for a one-time package, maybe the LTV will be $10,000, but we'll just have to wait a little bit longer to get that 10,000, but we'll wait. And we make that bet, and that completely changed our business. And then churn, how many people are leaving? If you just focus on these numbers, you're going to be fine. Because one of the things that I kind of highlight here is if you're charging monthly, this is a great indication that, let's just say most apps are going to charge yearly, but we did this analysis for a client of ours. He knew the churn, revenue cap, all these paywall type of places will tell you the churn. Now, if you're doing monthly, you have to pay attention to the churn. If you're doing yearly, you have time, right? Because you have time. All right, so people are buying his $35 a month plan. His CAC, cost per subscriber, was $70, right? So you're like, oh, this is horrible math. No, it's not. It just means, if you look at the numbers, it means his payback period. So we remove 20,000 each month, 21% each month. His payback period is in month 3. That's it. It's that simple. So now can you spend $10,000 a month, $20,000, and wait 3 months to make your money back? If you can, great. If you can't, you have a business problem, right? That's what you need to figure out. So that's what I mean by it's a simple math problem. And this is why I have this chart. This is you when I'm talking to a client. This is optimized, me messing around with the numbers. This is our app, one of our apps that we don't no longer have. I have this, and this was $60, but my premise was most clients I talk to, they have way more downloads than my app, but I'm making way more money because I'm showing them, hey, I convert more. My trial to paid is just as good, and I charge $60. You're charging just $30. So it's using these yellows and changing them around and figuring out, okay, well, my revenue per download break even is 90 cents. My revenue for trial is $9.50. That's my break even. My revenue for subscriber is $26.50. Here's my ROAS for cost per install. So now if you're in Facebook and you're trying to run a Facebook campaign, if you're getting a revenue trial for $8, you're profitable. So this is the simple math that I like to do. And these are the variables you can control ultimately here. Right. And I think too many times people get stuck in the traffic, like, hey, I've tried ASO and I did, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, try out other channels then. It's not just ASO. It's not just App Meta. You know, I would love to work with somebody that had great ASO already and they want to explore Meta. Or my ideal client would be somebody who already is doing well with Meta, and then we can help with ASO. That's easy too. We can help with both, but that's sort of what I'm doing. And at a certain level, I'm getting trapped with my apps with the traffic right here. We're converting. I think the AOS is pretty good. The churn is decent. So I'm like, I need more downloads. I can't rely on ASO and ASA anymore. Now we're really relying on, we need to try Meta. So now we're trying that with our apps too. I'm willing to explore and spend more and learn for you guys and for me too. So this is how we're sort of thinking about it. But that's how I'm reading a good book. And I've always said this, and they said it too. So I felt more confident in saying it because I still feel like I have imposter syndrome. But this is how I always think about the app space. That's why I built this out. It's just a math formula. And the book I'm reading is called Software as a Science by Dan Martell and his team. It's a really good book if you're trying to build a SaaS product. And they talk about, they have a chapter just on that. Math, business is simple math problems. Like, oh, I feel so seen. Thank you, Dan. And so I was like, okay, cool. I can talk about this because I'm onto something. All right. That is it. Sanchu, any last questions that we should get into that you found on here?
Just one last question from Brady.
Okay. You have the comment. Thank you. I have an app and it's brand new. I run ads and they work well. People click on it, but come to our page and see you have no ratings and back off. How do I get those first 100 ratings? Brady, you must be new to the channel because, all right, Rudy, tell them. No, I'm kidding. People have known, look, Brady, there's a great growth hack that we have and you can do it all by yourself. So I'll end with the last thing. Here's all you got to do. This is a new course in our academy that's being edited. We got to follow up. Like, where is this video, Ryan? All right. Let me just go into it. Here's what all you got to do, Brady. Okay, Brady, pay attention. Brady Madison, this is to you. Brady Madison, calling Brady Madison. All right, ratings prompt during the first time user experience. Ideally, before or after the paywall. Do it, okay? Just do the default. Don't overthink this crap. Do your ASO. Watch my videos. I'm not going to get into it either. Create a lifetime offer. Make it for free, okay? Submit, let me rephrase. Submit, create a lifetime offer, submit to Apple App Store reviewers with a full price. Call it $100, $200. It doesn't really matter. I don't care. The higher, the better. So $150 to $200, okay? We're going to schedule, once Apple has approved it, we're going to schedule it for free for just 2 days. Then we're going to tell our friends at AppAdvice, hey, we have this great app. You need 5 ratings though. So Brady, go find 5 of your friends in the US. Make sure they leave a rating. You need 5 ratings, and you tell AppAdvice, hey, I'm going to go free on AppAdvice. Now, the inside scoop, okay? This really from just our community, but I'm going to share it with you guys. What I like to do is, if you know your type of apps, and you can go on SimilarWeb to do this, if certain types of apps like CalAI, I went on CalAI, I plugged in their info on SimilarWeb, and I noticed that Mondays do really well for CalAI. So let's just pretend you have a CalAI competitor like our friend Alex. So I know Mondays. So what you're going to do is run the AppAdvice on Friday. Okay. You're going to run it a couple of days before your peak days, because what you want to do is kickstart everything. Most likely they're never going to pay you on Friday anyways, right? That's when the traffic goes down. Nobody cares. You're giving away a lifetime offer for free. So you're like, oh, what am I going to do with all the server costs? Oh my God, what if this takes off? You're thinking about all this stuff. Okay, this is how to mitigate all this crap. So you run it on Friday, you get those downloads, and by Monday, you have the right amount of downloads. The ratings won't kick in that fast. They take in about a week, but you have the ratings now. But at least on Monday, hopefully the ASO is kicked in. Now you can start to make money once you go back to being a paid model. So that's the way I would do it. Sanchu, how did I do for that answer? I already know. How'd you book it? All right. All right. That is it, my friends. All right. Oh, last thing I will talk about is the Academy. So if you want to leave, leave. Thank you so much. But I will say next week, we got somebody from Meta, Vassal. Did I say his name right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Vassal. is coming on, and he's going to break down the entire Meta process. So it's going to be a great freaking episode. And he's works for Meta. He's a great follow on LinkedIn as well. He shares some amazing content. And, we had to jump through hoops because it's Meta to make sure you get him on. So make sure you join every Friday, and definitely next Friday if you're curious about Meta, because you're hearing it straight from the source. All right. Right. Oh, come on, Sachi. That's good, right? Good job
Yeah.
on getting that guy to say yes. All right. Somebody had a question about the Academy. I can't find it anymore, but I'll talk about the Academy a little bit. We're going to rebrand it as well. But I know a few people, I always feel bad talking about something for you guys. It's a great freaking community. Thank you. Sanchu, can I just say, I love you. All right. Thank you for finding that. You're the best producer I've had. App growth. He's really an app growth guy and social media guy, but he volunteered to help me with this. So thank you, Sanchu. All right. I'm going to rebrand this. We're going to call it appfounders.co. It's going to be rebranded to appfounders.co because it is going to be the community for app founders. And, I don't want you to come for the courses. Obviously, we have a bunch of courses, but it's really a community. And we have a private Slack channel that's pretty active. New people are coming in. The prices are going to increase once I've rebranded everything else. I give you guys ample notice, but they're increasing because, frankly, I'm getting too busy for this plan. And this plan's fine, but this plan, I'm getting a little bit too busy for the accountability stuff. And on these accountability calls, guys, what I'm trying to do is literally do ASO. So I've gotten on a couple of different calls with a few members of our community, and we've helped out. Like one guy was like, I made $4,000 that AppAdvice campaign, right? Brady, they made $4,000 post that campaign. And I did the ASO live with them during our 1 hour call. So lock in these packages. If you want to play yearly, you can do that as well to get a better deal. But it is these packages, and it is a great community we have. We're trying to have discount. We meet every month, once a month on Fridays. Great community. I posted into Slack channel. There's a lot of A/B tests that people are running. You can ask a lot of different questions, like Rudy, your question that you had. I think, Rudy, you're in the community. But anyways, the question you had about these gray hat ASO strategies, they're in there as well. And then discounts. So you can get a discount to our agency if you're part of the community. And if you're part of the community and you sign up for the agency, guess who's involved? Me, Steve. So I want to make sure I support you guys there too, because if you sign up for 1 hour, 1,000 packages, you probably won't hear from me too frequently. If you request it, maybe I'll show up. Right? It's not true. And then we're working on discounts with other partners of ours too, like Superwall, and we're trying to line that up. And a look from our team, who's also on this call with you guys, that's backstage. He's on this call. And he's trying to line up something with Superwall as well. So we're trying to really add more and more to this community. I know I want to try to do fun stuff within the community where we build in public. I'm doing it with Revenue Cat, if you guys watch that video, but I also want to do it for our App Founders community. Let's build in public together. If you guys are open to it, we'll help you for free. We just do it live on YouTube, and you can only do that during the community. So that hopefully explains everything about the community. I really want to rebrand it to community because I want you to come in knowing the bonuses are the courses. Don't come in for the courses, come in for the community, because the community is where it's at. A lot of people have we're going to have a community owning plan soon too, that you can just access for it for those who can't afford the $2.99 per quarter. Because, all right, Sanchu, you're back. Okie dokie. I think we're good. All right.
Yes.
All right, guys. That is it. Well, happy Valentine's Day. Thank you guys for sharing this romantic night with me, yours truly, and with Sanchu. And Sanchu, congratulations on your dad joke win. Man, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling awesome.
You better. You beat me. Damn it. Dang it. All right. Thank you guys for joining week in, week out. I love doing these live streams. Thank you for all the questions, because I prepared a whole document for this plan just in case you guys didn't have questions. But thank you guys so much. We're going to be back in 2 weeks from now. I'm going to really break down our localization aspect of things. We have Bhavia from our team kind of joined me, and she's leading the charge for all our localization efforts and case studies. So we're going to have a lot of case studies. And Sanchu, we have this calculator that we use that our friend Vivek has put together from our team. And so those in the community has access to that localization spreadsheet. So you can see, if I charge $50 here in the US, how much do I have to charge everywhere else? And that is only in our App Masters community that you can find in the soon to be rebranded appmasters.com/academy. All right. For Hasanchu, for Alok, thank you guys for joining. We will see you next week. You don't want to miss it. We're going to have Visal from Meta.